Aries. Today, care is not generic kindness. It is a practical choice. The threshold is low but real. One step toward a tired part that needs to be brought back to center is enough to stop you from living on reflex alone. Moon sextile Mercury across the desire, creativity, pleasure field measures the quality of the tone. Being right is not enough. This is real maintenance, not drama. Less heroics, more intelligence in protecting what keeps you clear. Repair only works when it becomes action. A tired part that needs to be brought back to center needs real space, not promises. For Aries, strength is knowing when to stop before impulse chooses for you. The right kind of repair does not weaken you. It keeps you from wasting force in the wrong place. If you keep sacrificing that breath, clarity pays the price before results do. Move. Cut one non-essential demand and give that margin back to the part that has to stay lucid. Save it before you sacrifice your body to a non-essential demand. Taurus. The uncomfortable truth is not here to wound you. It arrives because the alibi has worn out. This is about you, because a calm that hides the cost shows where you want peace, but need truth. Moon opposite Mercury puts nerve on the home root's emotional base axis. The verbal detail is no longer just a detail. This is the moment you realize an excuse no longer protects you. It only slows you down. For Taurus, calm becomes a trap when staying still costs more than choosing. What stays hidden today asks for less control and more naming. A calm that hides the cost does not want to stay a script. If you do not name the fear, it will still find a way to write the day. If you keep covering that point, the day can look peaceful while it decides for you. Move. Before you defend yourself, ask what you are really protecting. Revisit it when your clear side turns too cold to be true. Gemini. Attraction only counts today if it leaves your measure intact, not if it forces you to chase. Do not trust tension by itself. Ask a sentence that changes the climate for a practical, verifiable, present tense sign. Moon and Mercury pull from different sides of the words exchange's immediate environment field. Tone matters as much as content. It could be a chat, a look, a pause, and suddenly you know whether you want contact or only confirmation. This is not generic romance. A sentence that changes the climate shows how well you can stay whole while something moves you. For Gemini, mental speed only helps if it is not just another way to delay. If you confuse intensity with truth, you may get closeness fast and clarity too late. If the living part moves you but doesn't protect you, the bill can show up as confusion, dependency, or surrendered dignity. Move, strip out the seductive line, and leave the true one, even if it's shorter. Come back here before you answer from the part that only wants to be chosen. Cancer. For Cancer, power starts with naming the price before discomfort does. The strong ending is not flashy. It is reaching the evening with a cost left unspoken, less ambiguous, and more yours. The Moon-Mercury friction puts the resources money value axis under strain. A badly phrased reply can weigh more than the fact itself. This is the kind of moment when embarrassment wants to drive, and the sky asks for clarity instead. If no one names the bill, a cost left unspoken can become the usual advantage of whoever pushes hardest. For Cancer, the day asks for tenderness with structure, not open-ended availability. If the cost stays hidden, the day often sets the price in the cheapest way for others, not for you. The risk is buying peace with a resource you will need whole tomorrow. Move. Write down the number, the time, and the limit. Confirm only what stays clean. Save it if you need to remember that practical clarity is not cruelty. Leo. Today, the real margin is saying what something is worth before it turns into a favor. The knot is not huge, but it is precise. A margin someone is already using decides how clear you stay in the scene. Lunar eclipse. Today, the resources money value axis becomes more useful when you stop looking for an elegant explanation. It may look technical, but this is really about your ability to give value shape. The material issue today is also about power. A margin someone is already using shows who decides the value of your presence. What is at stake is not letting discomfort set the price for you. For Leo, the center is not defended by making a scene, but by choosing cleanly. Kindness loses value when it only exists to avoid a number, a time frame, or a boundary. Move. Separate generosity from price. Then decide what you can truly carry. Revisit it when a favor starts to look like an obligation. Virgo. For Virgo, the breakthrough can be a short sentence said at exactly the right time. The signal does not shout. You see it in the way a door that will not open on its own makes you change posture, tone, or pace. Mercury moves the rest closure's inner preparation field. A sentence, a detail, or a reply can change the rhythm. This is the moment you realize the problem does not need better analysis anymore. It needs a gesture that reduces it. Pressure becomes an ally when you use it to turn a door that will not open on its own into something you can verify. For Virgo, the right order is the one that unlocks things, not the one that keeps you there. The point is to use pressure to choose, not to build a more polished version of delay. The risk is making the block ever more respectable until it becomes a style instead of a problem. Move. Cut the non-essential and protect the first concrete move. Come back here when you are about to say it is not the right moment, even though you know it already is. Libra. If a dead end that wants cutting keeps coming back, maybe it doesn't want patience. Maybe it wants a decision. Straight opening. This is not a neutral day, because a dead end that wants cutting has already changed the weight of the room. The day puts feeling and thinking into friction on the identity-body-presence axis. Choose a sentence that does not worsen the knot. Today's breakthrough does not need noise. The dead end wants a precise gesture, not another analysis. It is a short, unsentimental scene. A reply, a choice, a cut, and the block loses its aura. For Libra, the risk is saving the atmosphere and losing the boundary you actually needed. The point is to get out of the mental loop. If nothing moves, the block stays respectable. If you do not touch it today, tomorrow's price may be less energy for the same choice. Move. Take the smallest piece that creates real movement and do it before it turns back into theory. Revisit it before you explain again why you are not moving. Scorpio. Today, the shadow is recognized by a sentence you want to explain too well. It is a truth that makes no noise outside, but changes the weight of the room the moment you stop avoiding it. Stay on the surface for a second. A fake calm that keeps the knot still takes shape when you stop scattering your attention. The Plutonian transit on the home root's emotional base field strips the scene down. The real reason remains. The shadow does not want to dominate the day. It wants to stop acting under the table, while a fake calm that keeps the knot still remains unnamed. For Scorpio, depth becomes useful when it stops speaking from behind control. If the alibi stays in place, the day may hold together on the outside. You are the one left split inside. The part that controls everything can win the scene and lose the truth. Move. Do not react from the wind. Choose the boundary that still looks clean tomorrow. Revisit it before you call control a fear you have not named. Sagittarius. If a margin for recovery asks for space, listen before it has to raise its voice. The hidden cost is leaving a margin for recovery borderless and then paying for it as fatigue, confusion, or resignation. Jupiter pushes on the vision travel study axis. The door is there, but you have to cross it lucidly. It is a quieter room, a notification left outside, a body that stops bargaining. Recovery only works today if that need stops being intention and becomes concrete protection for your rhythm. For Sagittarius, the day asks for breadth with responsibility, not an elegant escape from the awkward detail. The risk is getting to evening functioning on the outside while your decisions are already drained inside. The risk is ending the day still standing, but with too little presence left to choose well. Move. Cut the gesture that drains you before adding one that makes you feel impressive. Send it to anyone who needs to stop proving things today. Capricorn. The useful kind of care today is not soft because it is weak. It is precise because pressure is real. The lock of the day is concrete. A non-negotiable need for home only opens with a non-generic answer. Saturn makes the home root's emotional base field essential. If the boundary is missing, today's weight will show it. This is a day that can keep going strongly on the outside, but it asks you not to spend your last margin as if it were infinite. Useful calm does not numb you. It puts a non-negotiable need for home back into a form you can carry. For Capricorn, useful discipline is not about enduring forever, but about choosing better. The real loss today would be sacrificing good clarity to save every urgency as if it were yours. Untreated tiredness does not disappear. It becomes tone, choice, and wrong replies. Move, leave one unnecessary noise outside, and give the lucid part more room. Carry it with you when resting starts to feel like guilt. Aquarius. If a desire you should not mistake for confirmation moves something in you, do not rush to give it an easy name. The day leaves you two open doors. In one, you keep peace for an hour. In the other, you keep respect for what is true. With Uranus active, the desire, creativity, pleasure field does not want to repeat the script. It asks for a more concrete freedom. This is the point where someone sparks you, but the sky asks you not to hand over the wheel. The emotional tension becomes useful only when a desire you should not confuse with confirmation stops asking for reaction and starts asking for truth. A clean bond does not need you to betray your boundary in order to look gentle. For Aquarius, the risk is staying brilliant on the surface and absent in the one gesture that would change the tone. The loss is not feeling too much. It is letting the need for an answer matter more than your clarity. Move. If the contact is real, you can allow clean slowness. If it cannot hold, you will see it quickly. Revisit it when the thrill tries to pass itself off as enough proof of truth. Pisces. For Pisces, courage today does not make noise. It simply chooses. The clarity is in one thing: naming where an overdue task that needs unlocking ends and where your choice begins. The Moon-Mercury clash makes the work method health field reactive. It only takes a little to see what needs to be said better. This is the moment when the day does not hand you the whole problem, only the first piece you can actually move. The right movement does not solve everything. It does open the point that habit has been keeping shut. The issue is not letting one postponed choice become the shape of the whole day. For Pisces, sensitivity only helps when it stops protecting the undefined. If you do not touch an overdue task that needs unlocking today, tomorrow may cost you less energy for the same choice. Move. Do not negotiate with the block all day. Give it at most the time it takes to be named. Tomorrow will reward the clean cut, not the elegant explanation.